Good day, guys. As you all know me, as a mentor, NASDAQ Ninja. So, guys, I just woke up, you understand? But I just felt like recording this because it's very important. So, guys, at the end of the day, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can get notified once I upload. So, guys, today I'm going to talk about actually what happened yesterday with that biggest movement, because we're inside, even my student were inside, we ate, you understand? So we started entering that cell in the morning because the setup actually told us that this is a proper cell, you understand? And the main thing that we were to focus on, it was a pattern, you understand? So we had to focus the most on the pattern because it told us that this is actually a sell movement, you understand? So by no wasting no time, around 5 the market started giving us a bigger momentum than in the morning, you understand? Because at 5 there was news. Remember, guys, it's South African time, the time that I'm using. Anytime when I say South Africa, when I say it's around this time, you should go and convert it to your own country side, you understand? So around 5 where Fed Chair Powell testifies, you understand? So those events had an impact there. I think we had those on. It had an impact in the world, in the way that it took the market to the downside, you understand? So I was holding 0.23 of them, tend to make like 50K, understand? So it was worth it. It was a worth it movement. That is why we have to really show you guys what actually happened. So what I always do, you understand? So I had a beautiful setup here. What I did here, I just actually created my highest and lowest point. This is what I always do, you understand? And that's what you will always have to do, you understand, so that you can get a proper direction. So when I trade NASDAQ, I always know that NASDAQ follows zones and respects zones the most than all of this aspects, understand? So I would like to actually convince you guys to always use zones when it comes to NASDAQ, especially on the second touch of it, understand? But if you want to learn more, guys, remember you're gonna get my WhatsApp numbers on the comment section, but it's always a case whereby you need to understand that zones are the ones that are actually the market respect the most than anything, you understand? So I respect zones than anything, every places where I put zones, you can see that the market, it's actually reversing, in order for you to just understand that, when it comes to zone, that's where the market respects the most, you understand? So a zone can be support or resistance, can be supply and demand, depending when you adjust your time frame, what do you get? But still, we have a trend lines, those are zones, understand? Because they're on the highest point. Anything that is on the highest point on my side, it's a zone. It's the strongest point. It's an area which I have to focus the most at. By the rules of a trend, when I teach my students, they know very well what moment are we on. So now we're on our third rule of the trend line, you understand? So certain things that it's happening, the correction, the consolidation, it's happening due to a reason of the third reason, understand? So you need to understand that the market goes by the rules. The market just don't go by through. Even if you can back test, the market will tell you what is it that it's happening. So currently it's just creating a consolidation. After, you're gonna see it pushing to the top side, understand? So, but without wasting no time, let me just quickly go to the daily time frame and see what is it that's happening there. You understand? So by our point is, we know very well that the market will play around here. By me, I know very well that the market will manipulate this point. You understand? Because this has to be the point that has to create the biggest movement. So because I know that, I know I'm gonna be expecting more sells. You understand? But not because the sells are long term. Don't forget we have a major trend that been broken there below, you understand? So don't forget about the major trend. But at the end of the day, you need to even know how to analyze the manipulation. I've been trading for like 3 years now, so I understand how the market moves, you understand? So I know very well they have to manipulate this position there, find that the reverse somewhere here or anywhere here. But when they come back, just know we'll never come back here again. I'll remind you guys later when the movement happens, understand? So that you know that I know the market very well, you understand? So on a daily time frame, all I'm going to be looking for is just those smaller zones, you understand, that I know very well they can be respected as well. The market, when it touches here, it can still give us that proper sales, understand? But at the end of the day, what should I do? I need to adjust again and go to the H4 time frame and see what is it that I actually see on the H4, you understand? So yesterday we had a supply at this certain position, which actually allowed us to say at this certain point we might start getting our selling opportunities even at this certain position, understand? But at the end of the day, what I want you guys to understand is what did we have that convinced us that the market will be dropping? You understand? At this certain point, we have a falling wedge which can be retested. You know, remember today I'm not actually analyzing the future movement. Okay, but I'll come back and analyze the future movement for you guys so that you understand. Let me quickly show you what happened yesterday. So on an H4 time frame, when we realize that we are from a supply, and even here we had a certain supply which can give us a highest movement to the bottom side, we realized a certain pattern. I think it was on an M30 time frame. Yeah, it was on an M30 time frame. So on an M30 time frame, we had what we call a head and shoulder. You understand? So in many cases, you need to understand patterns means a lot, and the market likes respecting the patterns more than anything. So we had a pattern like this, which is we call it a head and shoulders. Those which are not new into the market, they know what I'm talking about. You understand? So this was just a perfect movement. You understand? So I always say where there is a pattern, there's a trend. You understand? So what I did yesterday, I just created my simple trend there, you know. So around 10, the market just bought, you understand? But I knew very well that the market will be dropping to the bottom side, you understand? And then it decided to drop at this certain point by respecting the left shoulder, and then it dropped to the bottom side, you understand? So this is just a head and shoulder. But what I always recommend is if the other shoulders is not visible like the first shoulder, just know the movement will be bigger than anything. So if you can check, this was a nice shoulder, but this one, it was an ugly shoulder, which even created a double top at the top, you understand, which actually will allow us to get what? The biggest movement into the market, you understand? So that's why we drop to the bottom side. That is why you see us there to the bottom side, because of this pattern. So it was just a head and shoulder, you understand? So if you didn't know, you just have learned now. So what we did, you know, in my side, we just created two things, you know, because I entered 0.20. So let me show you just how did I enter that, you understand? So what I did is, let me just do this. Let me quickly do this. Let me show you what I actually did, because it means a lot, you know. Yesterday movement means a lot. So I want to take it from this point, you know, because that's when I saw the market, when I woke up, you understand? So what I did is I created two entries, you understand? So my first entry was right here. It was actually right here, because I understand if the market creates the other shoulder and doesn't put it like the other one, you know, there's a higher possibilities of reversing at this certain point, you understand, without respecting it as a certain. But I know very well if I enter here, putting my stop loss here, I can never blow, because there's sort of like a zone, you understand? So I put my first entries at that certain point. I said, okay, I'm gonna enter my sell at this certain point, and then I'm gonna hold until my take profit on my other zone there in the bottom side. You understand? That's when I was so patient enough to wait for the market to reach out there. And then the other point was, if the market breaks this trend, I'm going to enter my entries for sell. So anything that will happen is, if the market breaks this trend immediately without reaching there at the top, that's when I'm going to enter my sell. You know why? Because this is a zone as well. Remember, trend line can be a zone. So check what the market did. You understand? The market decided to do what? The market decided to push to the top side, and then went and then touched that at the port and in the resistance side. And then that's when I decided what? To enter my entries there. When I enter my entries there, I knew very well that I'm entering a perfect entry. That's when you see that the market dropped, and I had 0.20 here, and then the next thing, the market dropped and then came here and then decided to do what? To break the trend as well, understand? So it decided to break the trend, you can see. And then when it broke the trend, that's when we knew that, no, man, we're not gonna be coming back there at the top side. This is actually a confirmed head and shoulder. So here, what you can learn is your neckline here became as a trend line. It didn't become as straight as like a support or a supply. You know, in many cases, it's always straight. So here, your neckline was just it was just let me stop this. It was just a trend line, understand? So this movement happened around 5. You can see the time in the bottom side there. This movement happened around 5, hence you see the market drop to the bottom side, you know, without quickly movement. You saw that movement, so hence the market did that. It was because it was around 5, the market decided to hit our take profit immediately. So we entered other 20s here, 2 of them, and then we decided to hit our take profit. So that was the perfect movement that we had yesterday, and this is how the market went, you understand? So that's one thing I want you guys to understand. But because I know very well you want to understand, what are we going to be doing now, you understand? So at the end of the day, that's our topic ending there. Let's go with what can happen today, understand? So let's quickly go back to H4, understand? So the market, guys, you need to actually like know it in fully. You know, you just don't have to claim to know the market. You know, many people claim to know the market, but you find that they don't actually know the market. You understand? So you need to know what you're talking about. You understand? You need to know what you're talking about. So at this certain point, let me remove everything that I had there at the top side. So if we can reback test the market, you'll understand that when the market creates a falling wedge, it will break it out and give us a proper buy, but it will always come back and retest that falling wedge. Understand? So the market today will push below side where you can take your buys. It's actually there in the bottom side. Let me quickly create this trend line. So the market can decide to take buys somewhere here. Understand? As being our retest, but you need to be focused and let the market create a certain build up in order for you to create a buy. So the market can create a buy there because in our case, we know very well that this is a retest of a falling wedge. So it can create a buy. And we know very well that the market is still playing on a correction. You know, it can have been decided to break this point now, you understand? But it will break it over time. But, you know, you got to understand, we follow the rules of the market. So whatever you saw on the highly time frame, remember it was this one has to be manipulated. But at the end of the day, we're still on a proper correction, which can be respected. So we can say that the market will decide to buy today, and then we'll hit the take profit there at the top side. You see how quick it was? To just get a direction and be more confident with it, it's quick. But here you just let the market to do its own build up. Let's go to 60 minutes time frame and see what is the build up that we have. So here the build up we have a correction that gives us more momentum to the bottom side without no lie. So what you can do is that you let the market push to the below side. Once it touches here, you enter your buys. You know very well that it will go to the top. So the time that you need to enter at, it's actually 10. So now just let the market floating around, playing around 10. That's where you're going to decide to enter buys there. You're going to see the market going to the top side, and you're going to be in a beautiful profit. So at the end of the day, guys, this is the end of our video. Thank you guys for watching this one. Let's meet on another video.